We have a special guest here in studio, so I just want to set the scene for you guys. So back during the summer, if you remember, Congress finalized plans to pull back funding for public media. So when I say public media, I'm talking about NPR, PBS stations. And you're talking about millions, multi-billion dollars in funding, and it left a major funding gap for PBS stations, for NPR stations. We have the NPR affiliate right here in our backyard here in Charlotte, WFAE. And here on the program, we have Candace Johnson, Executive Director of Membership and Major Gifts. Candace, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. So good to be here.
Yeah, we were just talking about the landscape of the business. It's just, it's different.
It's very different.
Talk about what you guys at WFAE are dealing with right now.
So currently, naturally, when the rescission bill came, right, and they voted and made the decision, immediately we lost nearly $1 million. And so you have to understand that funding was guaranteed for 26 and 27.
Oh, wow.
And so here we are in 25, right, trying to close the gap. And so we're halfway there. So we're not quite out of the woods for this fiscal year. But after we meet and close that $1 million gap, we've got to fill it again for 26 and 27. And so that gives you an idea of the bridge funding that we need to raise to be able to sustain operationally. So naturally, you've heard that we are exiting our uptown building. We had to do some layoffs. And so we've done all the things that we can possibly do to be able to close that gap. But now we are really reliant on what has always been the fact for WFAE, is that this has been led and supported by the community, by our listeners. And so we are fueled by this community. So where we are now is really, we're in a state of urgency, and we absolutely need our listeners, this community, to rally behind WFAE if you value what we bring to this community.
Talk about it. It's the business part of it, but it's also the personal. Leaving the building in Uptown, seeing some of the staff leave. What has that done for you personally?
Well, it's difficult, right, to say goodbye to people that you've worked with every single day, and you've collaborated with, and so it's naturally it was a hard thing to do. But we also understand, as all organizations, we want to be able to make sure that we are able to do the mission and the work of WFAE. Right. And so while it was a hard decision, we knew we had to make a decision. And as people, we said our goodbyes, people understood, and so we've had great partnerships with everyone that has been a part of WFAE, but it was naturally something that we had to do. It wasn't something that we wanted to do, but we recognized the time that we're in, and there were things that we had to do.
And you mentioned it earlier, the $1 million campaign that you guys are doing right now. Can you talk about that campaign? How can folks help out?
Sure. So we are, immediately when we lost the funding, we went on the air to try to raise and start to close the gap. And so the community rallied, and they listened and heard the call, and that they really supported us in a way that was phenomenal. And so where we are now, we're about nearly there, and so we still have some work to do to be able to close that gap. Currently, right now, we're in our fall fund drive, and this is our first drive without federal funding. So this drive is really one that's memorable in a lot of different ways, because we'll have to really look and be able to recognize that the work that we're doing really is fueled by the listener. Unfortunately, there's a stat that we share on the air during the fund drive that the national average is about 1 in 10 people support and give who listen to your local NPR station, but here in Charlotte, we're about 1 in 15. So we want to be able to get to the average and then start to increase that average. But we absolutely need, if you've listened to WFAE for years, which a lot of people have and have not supported, but this is your time. This is now your opportunity to become a member, to be an active participant in how you are able to support what is provided to this community. For 45 years, we want to be here for 45 more.
Oh, wow. And beyond that, y'all do great work. How you said first campaign without federal funding, obviously. My heart sank when I heard that's scary.
Very. And the funding that we did receive, it amplified the other funding that we got, right? So we were able to cover some things, but now that funding is gone, there's the need to cover everything, and there's so much more that goes into that funding and where it goes, and so why we're here today and how you can support us today is to be diligent, right? And to really be able to say, you know what, I stand for with WFAE. I listen every single day. What they provide to me and my household and how we make decisions is really important to us. And so now is the time to stand beside us, shoulder to shoulder, because that's what's going to take every single day, one gift at a time. It's how we get to close this gap. And we can only do it with the people who have supported us, with the people who are listening. And if we all come together and do that, we can absolutely continue to thrive and do the work that we want to do, because we're not going to vacillate or go away from our mission. We are very committed to what we're doing every single day. And so we want to be able to continue to give you that at a level of excellence that we've done.
You talk about the community. What has, from I guess your vantage point, what has the community said? What are some of the stories?
Oh, listen. What's interesting about listening to WFAE is every day you'll have a story that's like, oh my gosh, that's such a neat story, right? Yeah. And so you hear that, but you also hear comments like, I've been listening for like 10 years and I've never given. And some people don't even recognize that they've not given. You hear people say things like, this helped me make a better decision, or this information that I heard on WFAE today was, changed my mind about certain things, right? And so you get a wide variety of what people get out of what they hear every single day. Yeah. Naturally, you've got people who love their favorites, right? Morning Edition and Charlotte Talks is, naturally our city show that we offer every single day. Wait, Don't Tell Me, and, All Things Considered. Everybody has their favorite, but, they are absolutely leaning in to say, I can't imagine a day without WFAE.
Yeah, I mean, it's what gets you through your day. Like if you know, like, man, I'm about to have a busy day. I got meetings, but I can look forward to this show. That gets people through the day.
Absolutely. The news reports that come and air throughout the day, so that you can be aware of what's coming, not only nationally but locally. Yeah. And I think that's the part that's most important to this Charlotte region, is that you get the local stories, and that you really understand what's going on in your community. WFAE is a force multiplier. And so we're able to amplify the concerns of this community. And so those are the kind of partnerships that we want to be able to continue. Those are the kind of community conversations that we want to be able to continue to have. But we absolutely have to have the support of this community, because there's so much work to be done.
And one more time, Candace, easiest way, I know folks are always looking for the most convenient way. The easiest way, convenient way for folks to pitch in and help out.
Absolutely. You can go to WFAE.org.
Oh, simple as that.
It's very simple. That is it.
Go to
no, absolutely not. WFAE.org, and you can get it done.
Oh man, Candace Johnson, Executive Director of Membership and Major Gifts at WFAE. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate it.